Stars, no stars, it's hot.
Are you recording? You were? Alright, that's gonna be on bloopers right there. He said, don't touch it, it's hot.
I wasn't trying to touch it.
He grabs it.
It fell on my, well, whatever. I wasn't trying to touch it. Stop! I was like, seriously, and it landed on my palm.
Bloopers, guys, bloopers. What a wonderful way of starting a new video. Alright guys, so what a wonderful way to start the video. We couldn't get a tie rod in off, it was super stuck. My boy Turi agarró la torcha. And he heated up the tie rod, right, to get it off or whatever.
The tie rod.
Told my boy Javi, don't touch it because it's hot. Javi touches it and he's like, And then literally 5 seconds later, my boy Turi grabs it too. Oh man. Oh yeah.
What is he doing, bro?
¿Sí quedó o no?
What do you know?
You know what? We should get one wheel. I told him, ponemos tie rods, man. Trendsetter.
Trendsetter.
Alright guys, so yeah, like I was saying, before Cynthia kept moving the camera away from me. So my significant other is now my employee, co-worker, and we'll see how that goes. You know what I'm saying? We couldn't stand each other at the house. All my gente at the shop. Oh, vamos a estar como Homer y Bart Simpson. Yeah. Cynthia, put that clip in.
On your lies!
Alright guys, so yeah, what we're doing, anyways, back to another video, guys. Don't forget, always like, subscribe, drop a comment down below. We'll say it at the beginning of the video now. As a matter of fact, go do it right now. Go click that like, go hit that subscribe button, and drop a comment down below, and let us know what you think's gonna happen in this video. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, guys, let's get straight to it. We're gonna try to focus more on the vehicles, and right now what we're doing for my boy Trent. Oye, el otro se quemó otra vez. He's like, we're doing a full sheet metal floor. We're doing a Slant Specialties valve manifold, mounting his compressors, building a whole frame for the floor, everything, putting on the headers, new exhaust bolts, exhaust gaskets. We already fixed the motor and transmission because it was completely off to one side. We did new steering components, pitman arm, idler arm, tie rods, and whatnot. We're gonna take you along with this journey, guys. We're gonna explain to you a little bit of what we've done here. If you can see, the truck has some bars, and it's a good thing that this truck is all in primer because it's getting body worked right now. The bed hasn't been body worked, it hasn't been blasted either. So it's a good thing that we're doing it now. He actually took the precautionary steps. Unlike some people that bring fully painted trucks and they're like, hey, can you do tubs on my bed? And they're like graphics, and that just puts a damper on us because we gotta be super extra careful. With this bed, we can actually weld onto it, we could cut into it, we can do whatever the hell we want because at the end of the day, it's going to go get sandblasted and fully body worked by the one and only Renee over at BTO Customs. So I don't know what he was doing right there, but with that being said, guys, let me show you a little bit of what we got going on so far. So far, the truck doesn't have no mounting point, so we mounted it on the truck, and it's literally just bolts hanging there, whatever. But we needed to use something to get it squared up, right? We needed a good foundation, and what other than the actual frame that is going on. If you see this bar right here, the reason this bar is on right here is because this bed measured 51¼ inches right here, but in the mounting points that was in the front that we've already squared up and bolted down, it measured 50 inches, so it was off by 1¼ inch. I welded this up, the whole bed is squared. It measures 99 inches from here to there, and 99 inches from there to here. Everything else is 100%, but we did some measuring, and the tailgate opening is off by 3/16 of an inch. So we called our boy Renee and told him to come bring the tailgate. We're gonna try to square it up and make sure that it fits 100%. So with that being said, I'm gonna start by building a frame for the inside, which measures 50 inches by 25. Once I start building that, I'm gonna start welding the center supports. I'm gonna build one, get it, bring it over here, square it all up, and put it on. And then, I felt a drop of rain, so it's fixing to rain. And then I'm gonna build another one that's a little bit smaller, but it's gonna be on that side. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna connect both of them with bridges going across, so it'll make it basically all one piece. You know what I'm saying? We need to leave space for the tub, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna measure to the inside and get it going. But yeah, other than that, guys, that's what we're gonna do. Here in a little bit, I'm gonna start cutting out these brackets right here. I'm gonna show y'all how I'm gonna do it outside of this. We're gonna build it on the table and build all the pieces together, make sure that it's 100% squared up, and then put it in. So that being said, guys, stay tuned. This one's gonna be pretty fun. Let's go cut some metal. Guys, before we go start cutting the metal, I just want to say something. I'm a proud father right now. Right, Javi? No? Yeah. No! Man, mírame para acá. I'm gonna say something real quick, and I'm gonna say it in front of everybody so nobody thinks I'm bullshitting. I'm really proud of this guy. How long you been here, bro?
5 or 6 months?
Nah, no manches, 6 months?
Yeah, okay. When January? Already in June.
So he came like late January.
No, it was.
Sorry.
I said he came here late January. No, it was January 14th. Okay, so mid-January. Yeah, mid-January to the beginning of June. So 5.5 months. And those 5.5 months, this guy came in. He was greener than the neighbor's grass. Like he didn't know pretty much anything. You know what I'm saying? But el chavo llegó, and then we kind of talked him into like, hey, you know, buy some tools here. I think I bought you first. Anything, right? Well, some sockets. Yeah, we went to like Harbor. Y'all seen it on another video, like 4 or 5 videos before. We went to Harbor Freight just to buy him some sockets. You know, you don't want to bring him in and buy him a $400 pair of sockets, and then 2 weeks later, he's like, I don't like it, I'm quitting. And he leaves, and he takes your $400 pair of sockets. You know what I'm saying? $400 pair of sockets. So I bought him some regular Icon sockets or whatever, and then I guess he was like, okay, cool. It feels good to have your own tools. He started getting more tools, and this guy gonna bust out with a short and stubby 3/8 impact. He got a 1/2 inch one. He got the covers. He got batteries. He has adjustable wrenches, more sockets, some pliers, some scrapers, like the clip removal tools. And this guy's literally doing a whole job by himself without anybody telling him anything. This is 5.5 months, guys. 5.5 months. If anybody, and I'm not trying to toot his horn or trying to make him happy or, you know, give him that hot tour or nothing like that. But for you youngsters out there, this guy he turned 19 here. He was 18 when we hired him. For you youngsters out there, I need to take this guy as an example that, not that we're up here, but there's a lot of young people that wish they could work here. You know what I'm saying? They want to be here. They want to be part of the videos. They want to be, you know, to the shows and stuff like that. And this guy's doing it. He's literally like coming to work. We have fun every single day. I don't think, have I ever bitched at you for anything? You know, nunca lo he regañado. Like, yeah, we'll be like, hey, wait, no manches, no hagas eso, así no se hace, whatever. At the beginning, now he has it in his head. They're like, okay, cool. If I have a question, I can ask these guys. You know, he'll come to me, Trudy, whoever, and he does it. You know what I'm saying? Boy, I already got that raise. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he got that raise because you know, he had to put some money back in his pocket to pay for his 2 tweeters that he put in his truck. Al rato les enseñamos. No le vamos a enseñar ahorita. Le vamos a enseñar cuando tenga nosotros daily. Porque si les enseñamos ahorita, ya sabes cómo son los haters, man. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't gonna show y'all right now, but this guy, you know, he's knocking pictures off the wall, I'll tell you that much. But yeah, guy's doing everything by himself. Huge shout out to my boy Javi, man. There's somebody that you want to keep around. I don't want to, you know what they say, a few bad apples ruin the tree or whatever. I didn't want to hype him up too much, but he's getting there, and with those 3-4 months, this guy's gonna be coming in here, he'll be like, what's up, peasants? He's gonna talk to me like that. So, but yeah, we're gonna let him work, guys. He's doing a full 4-inch kit, right? Yeah, it's a 4-inch kit. So le hiciste todo, ¿verdad? Tie rods, todo, new spindles.
It only had 2-inch job spindles, and I guess they wanted a 4-inch job, so we put a controller. Instead of just having spindles, we changed it to controller.
Yeah, so y todo estaba bien vergueado, so that's why we're like, you know what, let's just go ahead and change everything. So now, let's go cut the metal, guys. Drop a comment down below. I know this might sound like a old timer thing to say or something, you know what I'm saying? But hype this guy up, guys. This guy deserves it. Go Javi, you know what I'm saying? Or something on the bottom. You got this. But yeah, póngale algo. Hype this man up because he's doing it, man. He's killing it. And he's doing a real good job. And he's somebody that we plan on keeping here for a long time. If God permits, if God permits, we can keep him here a long time if he's happy. If not, we'll try to make him happy. You know what I'm saying? So let's almost some rub and tug or something. So let's go cut some metal now. All right, guys. So this is what we got to cut out right here. We got to cut out 2 more of these, and then we got to cut out 2 at 23 inches long. Siempre pasa así. So, I don't know why these guys, every time that I talk, well, I mean, they don't know. They're over there, you know, he can't even see over here. But we're gonna take this to the cutting station, guys. We're gonna make 2 more of these and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We gotta cut 10 at 23 inches. So we got a whole bunch of material right here that we're gonna use. Let's cut this. But before we do all that, we wanna show you another thing that we're working on. We got a lot of things going on here at the shop, so y'all come check it out. So guys, check it out. All these newer trucks and everything, those aren't the only things that we like to work on. Here recently, man, we've been doing nothing but C10s, and I mean C10s, K5s, a 66. We did a 63 the other day, 67. We did a 72. We just did another 72, and then the one before that was an 85. We did a K5. Here recently, we've been doing a bunch of C10s. I don't even know what year Trends is because it's a 63 to 72, but I have no idea what year it is. 67 to 72, sorry. And I have no idea what year it is because it's only literally the frame and the bed. It's a step side. So this is my boy Alex, homie from the hood, you know what I'm saying, back in the day. We're doing a boy welding fuel tank. We did all DGN suspension. What else? We already did all the harness and everything. We ended up making a new reinforcement tab right here. It's a bolt-in one because we ended up cutting the old one off. Actually, Javi did that. And then basically we're just going little piece by piece. The last thing to do on this one is put the fitting and connect the line and the vent, and that's it. This one's done. We're gonna jump over to the cap mount bushings. And then we got my brother's badass truck over there. Turn around and check it out. We got that one that we're gonna work on next too, and then basically everything else we got here. So anyways, enough of the yapping, guys. Let's start getting to the fabrication part of this. Let's start welding, let's start cutting, let's start grinding. Not on the pole, you know what I'm saying, but actually on the middle. And then yeah, we'll get to it. Let's go show y'all the Escalade now. This one's coming out fucking dope. All right guys, look, check it out. This is the other thing we wanted to show y'all. This one's coming out real sick. My boy Freddy, I don't know, he got some inspiration from like a NASCAR or something. And we're basically doing like an H-frame, kind of like a support for the Escalade. ¿De dónde se mira más bonito? ¿De acá o de acá? De acá, ¿verdad? Vamos a ver, gracias. Cynthia, can't say babe because we're at work, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to boil HR.
Not during business hours.
Yeah, not during business hours. Right now she's Cynthia. Pero venga para acá, quiero enseñarles algo que se nos metió a la cabeza anoche y yo tenía pensado nomás hacer algo en la plasma. And Duty was like, nah bro, it's for Tim. This guy's cool as shit, man. One of the coolest white boys I know. Real cool person, real nice people, and he deserves something good. So we ended up doing this, which is basically like some like drift car / NASCAR type of stuff. Check it out. Not only is that a cross member for a 2-piece drag strap on an SUV, but check out the bracing on it. Everything that we use, no gaps. A lot of the stock stuff is being repurposed. I don't know, it looks real nice, it looks amazing. We got a badass drag strap by, what's it called? Houston Drivetrain? Yeah, my boy Andy over at Houston Drivetrain took care of us.
It was initially a 1-piece.
Yeah, originally it was a 1-piece, big old fat aluminum drag strap. And now we got a high-speed balanced, reinforced, super strong 2-piece drag strap that's going on this Escalade. Where'd you get that idea from, Coach?
Well,
was it just a vision, or was it something you seen online?
nah, I just wanted to do it. They had a protractor, so why not?
Yeah, this truck's a 6.2 Ford with a P1 or F1 or something like that, Pro Charger. I know it's making over 700 horsepower, so we had to do everything beefed up. Heim joints, link bars, Watts link, the frame, the notch, everything's all beefed up. We already shaped it all down. And like I said, we wanted to beef it up, so we did the 4-link mounts. And then my boy right here came up with that great idea of doing that, and that looks freaking awesome. Cynthia, hit him with the cinematics. Alright guys, so enough of the jibber jabber, now we gotta get our asses to work. If you're ever wondering how you basically square one of these up, get you a square, tighten it up, anything you put in here is gonna be perfectly straight. Perfect. Guys, yes, I know. Always wear your PPE and glasses and everything. Uno que pues ya está ahí, ¿me entiendes? That's why you stand away from the way it's cutting. If you're on the other side, trust me, it's gonna throw metal shavings your way. Always wear your glasses, gloves. You don't need your fingers getting cut off or nothing like that. Alright guys, so I knew I said we were gonna jump over to cutting the metal or whatever, but my boy Javi, like always, surprised me. He's like, hey, I'm done, but I need to put the shocks on. So like, you know, on these trucks, you gotta put the weight of the truck on there. You gotta put the weight of the truck on there. Ooh. A lot lower? Yeah. Compared to what it was? Yeah, so my boy Javi surprised me. He's like, hey man, I wanna, ya la acabé, quiero bajarla para poner los shocks. And on these trucks, you know, when you put drop shocks, muy a huevo llega, because everything's stretched out. So now we're gonna put it down. Well, we already put it down, but la pusimos para abajo. Now he'll be able to put the shock in through the bottom. Should be able to come out on top, and then he just puts the nut on there, bolt it on from the bottom. And out to the alignment shop, call the customer and tell them, hey, your mamalona is ready. It's actually his kids. Everything's on there new. And that's it. What do you think? Is that your first job all by yourself? Like, will nobody help you?
Yeah, my first job, I think.
Nah. Is it? I don't think so.
I think the fourth one was was it the black one or the gray one?
No sé. Pero pues de ese te
It was the gray
¿no?
one. Like it. In the front, no. On this side, yeah.
Ricardo, we're busy making a video, bro.
No, wait, no entra.
So, another way would be to get this one off. We're going to take this off, right? Vamos a levantarle un poquito con el jack. So where we can take those off, we'll bring that over here and we'll put it right here, look. Y levantar las de los controllers para arriba. So, we'll do that. Oh, you know what, bro? I'm an idiot.
¿Interesa? Mételo. La tengo otra vez para acá.
¿Pero te regañaron, güey?
A mí no.
Pero pedo. Uy.
Nah, no me dije nada.
¿No? Yo sé quién salió bien regañado.
Hermano,
Ay.
yo mi papá que trajo unos dulces porque dijo que tenía diabetes.
¿Unos qué?
Trajo unos dulces de medicinales.
Uy.
Era diabético, viejo.
No soy diabético, pero casi tengo colesterol.
Porque ya valió madre la receta.
¿Qué pasó?
Porque la caja no tiene las manos de kiwi. ¿Cómo la vas a poner?
No manches, ¿no lo tiene?
No, güey, no tiene nada.
¿Sí salió por arriba, güey? Ready, my boy? Hey, no vale madre, cómo llueve y lo irá. Like, I got, so the truck's off the lift. Well, it's off the jack stand on the actual lift. You want to take us to go get a line? So, I don't know if we explained it or not, but this was my homie does it in his backyard or whatever. They were having trouble with it. It was bouncing everywhere. It was like this. Se parecía la troca de Javi. And the dad's like, you know what? Your homeboy ain't doing it no more. Let's take it. Let's go get it done the right way. They brought it to the professionals. You know what I'm saying? They brought it to the professionals, and well, there you go. Perfect 4.6. Now we're gonna go get it aligned and call the customer and tell them that it's done. So you get to be the lucky person to follow me. So we won't leave the camera behind, guys. We'll catch on a little bit. All right, guys. So we got a little special treat for y'all. Someone just called, and I think they just pulled up. I was basically gonna show y'all what we're doing here to this blue truck, but we got a friendly visitor. As y'all can tell, guys, we're changing all the old control arms, putting everything new on this truck. This belongs to a good friend of ours. I've been knowing him for a long time. Back when I used to work in Napa. We're doing him a solid by changing everything up. Check out his bushings. Everything is gone. We got a special visitor. So, I'm gonna cut this video right here. I was in the middle of recording. So I'm gonna cut this video out here. Les voy a enseñar quién llegó de volar. Camarada.
What's going on? What's going on, guys? It's time.
It's time.
Crunch time. It's about to start right now.
What's up, my boy?
¿Dónde la vas a subir, Cos?
Aquí, mero.
Roman.
La vamos a checar primero aquí, nomás porque es el diferencial, pero luego ya la vamos a desarmar toda para hacerle todo el jale.
Ah, okay.
Pero ahorita la ponemos aquí, ¿verdad? I'm gonna cut this video short real quick, guys, so I'll be back. Ahorita we'll go on yours real quick. Another day, another dollar. Today we got here, our boys over at Castle Manufacturing ended up shipping out the notch that we needed for our boy Freddy. Guys, I know people are gonna be like, oh, you fabricate stuff and this and that. Yeah, but we're in a little time crunch. We want to get something ready for him. We told Freddy 3 weeks. In reality, we're not gonna have it ready in 3 weeks. We're gonna try to surprise him and have it done pretty quick. Let me do a little unboxing of this notch real quick. Y'all come check it out. Castle Manufacturing, if you need one, hit them up. Yes, guys, we're a fabrication shop. We can make them here, but we're on a bit of a time crunch and we wanted to get something done. And I personally like networking with a lot of people, especially people in other states and even people from Houston. So I'm not one of them shops that's scared to call somebody and ask for help or anything like that. You hold your pride up, guys, you shoot yourself in the foot, and that's never a good thing. So with that being said, let's go unbox this notch. So this is not a little notch. This is a step notch. And as you can tell from the box, it's not your typical little notch like the ones we be shipping out and stuff like that. It is actually something pretty big. So, check it out, guys. So yeah, this is the frame. This is gonna go like that. So I cuenta que está el frame aquí y se va a meter todo esto para adentro. So this actually slides in through the back. Yes, so this is gonna slide in through the back. Okay, I was kind of confused there for a minute. Guys, so this is gonna slide in through the back. The faceplate's already prefabbed on there, and looks pretty dope. Real solid 3/16 P&O, real cleanly done. And big shout out to those guys for taking care of us on this. I hit them up, told them what Freddy wanted, and they said no problem. And with that being said, guys, we have about 3 more of these notches that are headed to us. That's gonna go like that. Once it's fully welded and everything, it'll be real strong. But yeah, guys, anyways, little unboxing, man. This is gonna go on the truck. We got a lot of stuff in here already. We have the coilovers, we have this, we have all his heim joints, bushings, sleeves, the material to make his links and everything. So should be a real smooth process. I told my boy Freddy, but in reality, we're gonna surprise him and we're gonna start tearing down the truck Monday because the axles get here Tuesday, and we're gonna go to town on it, guys. So we're gonna surprise my boy Tamayo and my boy Freddy all at the same time. So that being said, guys, this video is gonna start off on Monday. We're gonna take a quick little break. I got more videos that I could post from here to then. On Monday, we'll start recording again and going ham on this truck. So a little couple of late nights, you know what I'm saying? So don't be waiting up on me, man. We'll be at the house. Y'all be at the house chilling. I'll be at the shop working my ass off trying to make a living, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna show y'all what we're gonna start doing. Try to get you some cinematics. Sorry if you can't hear me. Forklift's kind of loud. But the bed's coming off, guys. Notches going in and the axles are gonna get done. We're about to narrow the rear end. Take 3. Alright, guys, simple and most effective way of removing the bed. We got Wally the forklift. We're about to pull it off, double strapping it, triple strapping it actually. We're gonna pull it off and get the bed off real quick. And we're back from the time lapse, guys. That's how you pull the bed off real quick. Alright, guys, so check it out. First things first, we pulled off the bed, right? As you all may know, that these trucks, they have a real thick layer of like protectant for the frame, something that the dealer puts on from the manufacturer, and it's real hard to get off. But one thing that we've learned, whenever you're gonna do something and you're gonna work on the complete back half, is to get a real good pressure washer, not the little electric ones or nothing like that. And with that, you can start cleaning the whole frame little by little. Now, obviously, there's gonna be some little spaces where you're not gonna be able to get to, and it probably won't take all of it off. In this situation, it was the cross member that was holding the gas tank. That one was full of that. Pero check it out, for the most part, it took pretty much everything off. See how it's all nice and clean? And right now we're prepping for the step notch, which you can see it right there. pretty much what we're gonna do now is we're basically gonna cut off the rear shock mount on the driver's side. As you can tell right here, I've already started doing it. Yeah, start doing some little rough cuts. Si te pasas, don't worry about it. You can always weld it and fill it in. But what I like to do is I get a rough cut right here, le meto el soso, se lo quito, and then I cut around the welds, break that piece off, and then grind it smooth. And then obviously that piece is not gonna be there no more. But in order to install this step notch from these guys, you gotta automatically take that off no matter what. In this situation, since we're doing coilovers, that's coming off as well. All right guys, so we got a little carried away when we were starting to cut everything. My camera person wasn't here, so we ended up just cutting everything away. But I'm gonna walk you through it real quick. Guys, the shock mount that goes right here, you need to cut it off, shave it off completely. As you can tell, if you wanna zoom in here real quick, we ended up shaving it down right here. And then we ended up cutting off the muffler extensions that were over there to hold it in place. Took that off and the cross member, as you can tell right there on the square. So now we were able to put the notch back in there. Ya marcamos donde va a ir el notch. And if you can tell right here, you want to zoom in on this real quick. You see that laser? All right, so that's right on that. That's where the rear end is centered on this truck. So we're gonna put that on there. We're gonna weld this right here on top just to kind of basically hold it in place. And then what we're also gonna do here in a little bit, once we do that, we're gonna put some metal rods right here going to the floor. So that way, whenever we cut it out, it doesn't tweak, it doesn't move. That way it doesn't get out of alignment. And then if you don't do that, that's how you get real bad bed gaps. Happens a lot, and obviously we've been doing this for a long time. We know not to let that happen. So I'm gonna weld this shut. I'm gonna clamp it down real quick, make sure everything's flush, run a little bead right here, a little bead right here, and then we'll be able to start cutting this off and start fitting up the extra pieces that are supposed to go on here. So y'all stay tuned. We're gonna show y'all what we're gonna do with this truck right now. I'm gonna show y'all something real quick. I'm not gonna skip these steps because probably some of y'all have never installed these notches. I've never installed this notch, but it's pretty much self-explanatory. You wanna cut this right here, you wanna make a line. And the reason I say it's pretty much self-explanatory is because, well, there's a piece that goes on here. And obviously if you cut it flush to where the notch is at, pues no va a entrar para adentro. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta go a little bit more. So if you do 3/16, I believe that's 3/8. So that's what you gotta keep in mind. You know what I'm saying? You wanna have about 3/16. That's what they have on this side. So you wanna have about 3/16 space on the outside so that you can weld all that in. And then you also wanna have 3/16 to suck it in. So whenever you put that faceplate on there, it actually goes in. So I'll mark these lines real quick. I'll make a cut. But before all that, I'm gonna brace the back real quick, make sure that it doesn't move or anything like that, and then start cutting away. So with that being said, let me make a little time lapse real quick and I'll post it here in a little bit. Hi guys, so we reached a point where we skipped a few steps. You saw a little time lapse, but y'all check it out guys. Quedó bien escuadrado. Castle Manufacturing makes a real good notch for it. Pero mira, quedó con madre. Check it out. That's one side. We're fixing to do the other side. I'm gonna weld it up real quick guys. I'm gonna hit y'all with another time lapse. Right now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spray a anti-spatter spray. Yeah, so it's para que no, when you weld, all the little BBs and everything, they go everywhere, they stick to the metal. So it's a lot easier to clean it up before we paint it. So let me get to it. All right guys, y'all check it out. So I got one side done already. It actually went on pretty simple. No tuvo nada de chiste. O sea, yeah, you gotta know what you're doing. I mean, I don't really suggest this to anybody that's just doing, like, how can I say, like a do-it-yourself, you know, kind of deal. You do gotta like grind here, cut there, you know what I'm saying? Tienes que, you gotta massage it a little bit, you know what I'm saying? It's not just quitar y poner. I mean, you gotta level out the frame, you gotta support the frame. I mean, there's a lot of stuff you gotta do. I don't suggest this to your regular do-it-yourselfer. Now, if you have the knowledge, you have the welder, you fabricated before, you've done a lot of stuff, then yeah, go for it. Uno que, pues, you know, we've been doing it for a long time. I'm sure maybe someone did like an instructional video or might not have an instructional video or nothing like that. But, you know, they're pretty simple to put on. Like I said, we've been doing this for a long time. And when it comes down to stuff like this, well, you know, we got it on lock. You know what I'm saying? These notches, we do make them, but we make them a little different. And in this situation, I was like, you know what? I don't want to kill no time. I didn't want to have no downtime, and we got them from Castle Manufacturing. But y'all check it out. Let us know what y'all think. Good morning, guys. So these guys already started cutting off the brackets on the diff. Reason you got to do that is because we're actually gonna narrow the diff, and on these trucks it's off a little bit. It's off by 3/8, so one side salía 3/8 más que el otro, and well, we gotta fix that, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna center the diff. My boy Freddy doesn't like the diff to be all sucked in or anything like that. In this case, he is running a 28 by 13. He said he's wanting a little bit of tuckage, but knowing Freddy, I know he's gonna want to tuck it in more. So we had to compensate for that. Last night I finished the notch on this side, and like you saw before, se miraba bien bonito. Everything's fully welded, it looks real nice. The guys dropped the gas tank just because I need to get a little piece of weld on the bottom that I couldn't reach. It's probably like this much part of the weld, which I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna chingar unos calachis and then get back to it. Right now, like I said, they're cutting the diff, they're cutting all the brackets off because we are ready to start putting that diff back in there, center it, 3-link it, and reinforce the crap out of everything. Something I didn't show y'all yesterday, and that's because I kind of ran into it at the very end. I want to show y'all something right here. So this bar right here, está soldado por aquí adentro y está soldado por afuera. But the actual frame plate, not the frame plate, but the notch plate goes cacheteado right here. So this comes out about, I want to say like 3/4 of an inch. Ya lo corté. It's somewhere right here on the floor. Now we're gonna flat wheel it, get it smooth. And then there's also one more thing that you gotta cut off on this side. Right here on the bottom, there's like a muffler hanger. So you got to cut that off as well, porque el bottom plate del notch va metido así también y va cachetado en el frame. So we got to cut this off. So don't forget, cut this off, smooth it out, cut this off, smooth it out, because you're going to need to do that no matter what in order to get that notch to fit. You gotta be faster than that, my boy. Alright guys, check it out. So aquí está este. Este ya está marcado. Bam, ahí está marcado. That's how much, that's crazy, bro. That's how many inches we're gonna take off from this side. Y lo, ese lado, lo están marcando ahorita. And when you cut, you gotta cut on the inside of the line because it's a 1/16 of an inch on the blade, pero si es a 16th, 2/16 equals what?
1/8.
1/8. So si te cortas, si lo pasas, da cuenta que le estás quitando un octavo más. Alright. So y'all measured from here to here, right?
Yeah, 2 inches.
2 inches, and then 2 inches on that side, right?
Yeah.
Y'all should know what 2 inches is, so.
Está casi con tu primo.
Javi, ¿te enseñó?
¿Qué?
Ahí está. Bam. Y ahora, guys, agarren una ruler, márquenle una línea aquí, de aquí hasta acá, como con un orange o un blanco o algo así, y esa línea no la desborre. Porque esa es la línea que vamos a usar para alinear esto. Yeah. And then this right here, like I said, we have the tool. Usually we use the, ¿cómo se llama? El bandsaw. Pero en este caso, como este bracket está bien grandote, está muy cerquita, mucha gente por eso lo corta desde acá para acá. And that's not safe, that's dangerous. We want to cut it as close as we can to the axle para que esto quede aquí. Boom.
Yeah.
So, you got it, my boy?
Yes, sir.
Let's go. And we cut it on the inside, remember?
Yes.
So, van cortando. The easiest way is to put the disc y que el camarada aquí le vaya dando vuelta. Ya que le está dando vuelta, güey, que este no se caiga, porque si este se cae y pega en el piso y se dobla, se chinga donde va el sello. So, be careful with that. Guys, we're getting a lot done in this little nice, beautiful day. So, let's keep moving, guys. I'm about to start doing the other side of the step notch and keep you updated on that. All right, guys, come on, show me what y'all working with. I had to take a little break because I was welding that whole freaking step notch. That thing has welds forever.
Perfecto.
¿Qué onda? Que ya le cortaron, ¿cuántas pulgadas de acá?
7.
¿Y de acá?
738.
Nada, está bien, nada. Don't worry, Freddy. We made sure it was 100%. So look, hold this right here. Hold that one, Javier. All right, if you ever have a doubt, you know, you see how it spins freely? That means that the actual tubes, no matter if this is off by like a 1/16 of an inch or anything like that, that means that the actual tubes are straight.
Okay, se mueve eso así.
Right there, right there. Mira, come on. Mientras que dé vuelta esto, okay, it's good.
Si no da vuelta, ya libertad.
So, ahí mero. Ahí está, cuz. So now, guys, we're gonna wait for the camera girl to get back. Ahorita le vamos a echar unos cacahuatitos aquí, unas taqueadas. Le hacemos un root pass y luego ya le hacemos una full weld pass. So we'll check it out right now, guys. Like I said, we gotta wait on the camera girl to arrive. So ahorita que llegue, les enseñamos cómo vamos a hacer el diferencial. Lo único malo que ahorita está kind of windy, so we're gonna have to probably get some covers or whatever. Y'all gonna cover me while I weld this. Uno que me tape, el otro que le dé vuelta el diferencial. And then we'll rotate it, and then we'll start welding it real quick. Alright guys, so we're gonna cut this video short right here because we don't want to leak out all the sauce. By the time I put this video, my boy Freddy will already put his video up, and then we'll put ours where it shows a lot of the behind the scenes and whatnot. So with that being said, guys, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, drop a comment down below if you like what you saw. If you didn't, then I apologize, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So from everybody here at TheSetup, we appreciate you watching, guys. Catch you on the flip side.